So, question time. The question is, The Legend of Zelda, should Link talk?
No.
No!
Yes.
This is one of the few times I'm going to say I am not 100% sure.
There's not really much of an argument here.
Let's break it down.
Yes, he should talk. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of him not talking. I'm tired of him being the Nintendo version of Michael Bay's Bumblebee.
No, he shouldn't. I'm glad that this is a character that only does a few, yes and grunts and this and that, because it keeps just a mysterious element about him. Plus, voices can ruin characters for people.
First off, it's too late.
Link, a protagonist, the hero, the one and only, has never spoken in his life.
Just quiet. For no reason. For no reason at all. It bothers me.
In this way, he can just be whoever you want him to be, essentially.
It's been too long, I think. There's not been a single Legend of Zelda game that he's actually ever talked in, so making a new one now where he did talk, it would throw everyone off. It wouldn't even make any sense.
He's got these annoying grunts. Ha! Yeah! Yeah! No. No.
Like, that's just all we know him for.
No one would be able to agree on an acceptable voice or accent or demeanor of speaking.
He is the hero of time, and in so many different multi-universes, would they have to change his voice? Would they stick with the same voice? I mean, this way they just completely eradicate that.
The hero of time should be the hero of line. He needs to speak. We've had our time where all we had was text, where we had no processing power, where we had no rendering power, where we had limited graphics, where we had limited worlds. It is 2020.
I mean, God, how long has the franchise been going for? Like, way before I was born.
Legend of Zelda is a thing where we have so many great games because we break away from the formula. But then having said that, breaking away from the formula also causes us to lose people of the series.
He can speak. There's nothing wrong with talking. Doesn't make him less of a hero. Maybe it would make him more of a hero. Maybe he can talk to enemies. Look at Ganon and say, hey, you know what? I'm taking you down. But no, we don't get that. We get, yeah! No.
Plus, there's ongoing jokes inside games which you can notice, like, oh, you don't talk much, do you? Yeah, which is hilarious, which we enjoy as well.
Because it hasn't been a thing ever since the beginning of The Legend of Zelda, it wouldn't even make any sense to bring that in out of nowhere now.
I'm just fed up at this point. I'm fed up because it's lazy. And people say, well, he's a quiet character and he doesn't need to talk. It's just lazy.
And in this day and age, they wouldn't even try and, if they were to give him a voice, they probably wouldn't even actually try and consider what he currently sounds like in most iterations of Zelda, I guess.
So, for example, Breath of the Wild, I know people that are quite divided.
Plus, it just lets you... Who cares?
I know people that are quite divided on it. They appreciate it. It's a good game. But it's not a Zelda game.
Breath of the Wild, Zelda spoke, and you know what? Let me be controversial. It was amazing. I loved Zelda's voice. I loved her character in Breath of the Wild. It had depth. She had a personality, as opposed to this random, blocky, blunt character with a text box. It's infuriating. We can elevate these characters.
I know people who absolutely love the game because of the fact that it's so different. So, if we're taking that into account, if we bring in the idea that Link could talk, that's bizarre.
There would probably be too many different voices that he would need, because remember, each Link in each different game isn't the same Link.
The cutscenes speak for themselves, essentially. Why do you need anything else to ruin it?
He does not need to say 1,000 words. He doesn't need to speak poetry. He doesn't need to, he doesn't need to be out there giving essays to every question, but he can talk now and again.
Oh, that would throw things off, because you've got young Link.
I know, as I said, there are going to be people that disagree with me.
You've got adult Link.
Just a few lines is all I'm asking for.
You've got Toon Link.
For me personally, I think it would be very weird that you take the protagonist of the entire thing that is known to not talk, and then they talk.
Okay, so in Breath of the Wild, even the voice of Zelda really didn't rub me the right way. Like, it was really poor.
That would be too much, I think, honestly. It just wouldn't work.
That would throw me. But if it was the right voice, I'd be fine with it.
I'd rather just nice and silent, cutscenes with maybe a bit of font here and there. Even like in the mangas, in the books and stuff, seeing speech bubbles come out of Link, it really weirded me out. Maybe it's just because that's not what I'm used to.
I don't think it's a case of from this point on make him able to talk. You can try it out and see where it goes, but I think most games have told their story without him needing to speak.
And we're not even going to talk about the Legend of Zelda cartoon, because in my mind, that didn't even exist. We're just going to pretend that it never happened and that it wasn't a thing.
Aw, come on, princess!
No! You let my father get captured by Ganon!
Hey! Excuse me, princess!
It's not a necessity to add it in.
I'm quite happy with him never getting a voice. And you see like fan-made trailers and such, and and he's about to speak and you're like, no, don't do it.
Having said that, Breath of the Wild, again, breaking more rules, gave all these characters more thorough voices and actual dialogue and not just text. And so we got to hear these people, and I thought that was amazing. I loved Zelda's voice.
Why can't we have different sound effects? Why do we have to have this same child just screaming over and over and over again?
I think it would be cool. I would be very interested to hear what they would pick for him. But I don't know how everyone else in the world would think. So should Link talk? After weighing that up?
There's too many people who like this character, so chances are you're going to disappoint a lot more people by giving him a voice.
Why? It's not a porno. I don't need it. I don't need to hear a man or a boy screaming out. Matter of fact, definitely I don't need to hear a boy screaming out because I am not trying to go to prison. I'm not happy with it.
No, Link shouldn't talk.
This man can use a Master Sword to time travel. He can seal great beasts. He can use all manner of magic. And he can't talk.
I would say yes, on the condition that they give it a shot and don't suddenly regulate it to become the norm.
Now don't get me wrong. If it was canonically stated that his whole thing is that he is a mute hero, and you know what? If I'm wrong, correct me. But that doesn't seem like it's part of his character. And even if it is, it doesn't need to be.
Because once they do that, you will create a bigger divide. And you don't want to create that kind of divide.
There's too many, negatives to if it was going to be a thing versus positives.
Say like Mario, for instance, he's got like slogans and such, like "It's me, Mario," but he doesn't have full-blown cinematic speeches, and because that would just be weird. It just wouldn't be nice.
Sometimes the saying of "if it ain't broke, don't fix it" works.
Nah. And I'm quite glad that they still keep like his old cartoon look. If they tried to go hyper-realistic as well, then I'll be super disappointed.
I'm not saying we can't have dope mute characters or characters with disabilities or illness, whether it be mental or physical. That is absolutely fine. But in this context, what does it add to the story? The dude does not talk. What does it add?
But sometimes that saying needs to be thrown out of the window, completely scrapped and burned, so that we can have new things and new experiences. So yes, let him talk. Let's see what he sounds like. Why not?
Looks like a happy ending. Now we just have to get out of here. Time to whistle up a wind.
He did speak in that, even though, it personally never happened.
What does it add? And then you're going to get those purists, yeah, but, by the character not talking, it helps you embody the character. Does it? Does it really? I mean, are we still going to keep using that excuse? What part of him not talking helps you embody this elf-like Peter Pan-looking character? It doesn't.
Just keep it as it is. Keep it as it was. Keep it as it ever shall be. Don't give Link a voice. Please.
Also, where's Linkalite, man? Throw her in a game, mix it up. Do something new.
Ta-da! Your Triforce chunk, fair maiden. Kiss me.
Wonderful!
I feel very passionate about this, as you can tell. Yeah. If you feel the same or disagree,
Let us know in the comments below. I personally think Link should talk. They personally think what they want to think. And that's okay. You know? We could disagree or not agree. That's disagree twice.
please comment, like, and subscribe. We're on Instagram, we're on Twitter, we occasionally go on Twitch. Yeah.
Peace.
Hey! Excuse me, princess.